Hey guys, ZeroMagnumX here. I just did my soaring to the top build in the Black Wings profile. That'll probably be long. This won't be so long. This is just kind of a tournament report update. This is the deck I used. I got 4th place out of 9 people. I went 0-2 because I had to face Miracle Heroes, or Miracle Beat, whatever you want to call it. And he just had everything he needed and I didn't, and he has the speed. And then I got a bye, which was fine. I think I would have done fine against everyone else but another stun deck there. And then B2O versus Dragoonities, and then B2O versus Cyber Dragons, which randomly showed up. So, I mean, that's the truth of how this deck ran. In case you guys want to know, I'm just going to go over the main deck and then sideboard and stuff. This is just a better, well, hopefully a clearer and better view of the deck itself, because I recorded on webcam before, but this is through my fiance's digital camera. Okay, so up we have 3 Tengu, because it adds mad consistency, especially to gadgets. 2 green, that's actually signed by Dan Green. It's pretty cool. From Nationals. 2 red. And then 2 yellow. So I run Gadget 6 and then 3 Tengu. Okay, 2 Effect Veiler. Which I almost want to bump it up to 3, but I don't have the room. 2 Thunder King. Which I didn't draw at all versus the Miracle Beat matchup. I was kind of disappointed at that, actually. Or Effect Veiler, for that matter. Or the next guy, Doom Caliber. I was drawing gadgets in Gale. So, 2 Doom Kelly. I didn't draw him at all in the entire tournament once, even, to use. Which is kind of dumb, because he would have been very useful. 1 Gale, because she's good. 1 Breaker. I didn't like 2, so I'm running it at 1. And then Gores. Okay. Spells and Traps. 2 of this guy, Smash and Ground. 2 Econ, because it's too good for Tengu. In fact, in the Dragoonity matchup, I had reborned my opponent's Thought Roller Archfiend. And they had summoned an Effect Veiler because I believe they were going for a Black Rose Dragon play to hurt me and get rid of my field. And I had 1 enemy controller face down, was my only back row, I believe, and compulsory too. So I returned their level 6 monster to their hand, and all they had was Effect Veiler. Next turn I drew and I sprung enemy controller, tributing their Thought Roller Archfiend that I reborn, and Synchron it with 2 of my gadgets into Trishula. So this card is really good. That same kind of thing works for, you know, if they put on Glow Up Bulb or whatever, and you have both of them and you tribute like 1 Tengu, steal their Glow Up Bulb. They can't Synchro next turn, steal their Glow Up Bulb. So you can you're still able to play with that if you're lucky enough to have 2. So I like enemy controller, and it works as kind of a pseudo book, because it changes things to defense mode that are really plaguing you, that have low defenses and your gadgets are weak, so it can really save your butt, and that helps. Okay, 2 MST because they're staples, True Nade because it's a staple, at least I hope so, Reborn because it's a staple, Dark Hole because it's shenanigans, Book of Moon because it's really good, and then Pot of Avarice because this deck can cycle through a lot if you can get your main moves going. Alright, Traps. 3 Compulsory Evacuation of Awesome. This card is too good, especially with Synchros and Exceeds. It wrecks so much that don't have, for monsters that do not have inherent protection like Thought Roller. 3 of this very bad card that did not help, and I usually side it out. Aside from, I think, against 1 game. but even then they're too low in life points for it to matter. Offering gadgets are running Gadget 9, Glow Up Bulb, and a few other tuners. Just something to consider. I don't think they're running the stun engine like I am, so being I don't have Glow Up Bulb, I'm just going to wait for duality for this and probably run Black Wings at locals until I can get my 3 duality. 2 of this because I don't own Warning, and it's still really helpful. 1 of this because of all the search engines going around. 1 of that because I think it's good, but I don't like 2 of it. So 1 Oppression because it's gadgets. 1 Torrential Tribute. I decided to put this in because I realized that a lot of the times running the low count of monsters, I open 1 or 2 monsters and 3 to 4 spells and traps. So I summon a gadget, I search it, and I set that in with the other ones, and it's explosive. So I'm learning a little bit on how to play stun gadgets better. So I'm in the progress. I am a stun player at heart, but I'm used to playing with Blackwing stuns and beefy monsters, not little monsters that you need to be able to sacrifice off in order to get big plays in. So that's a learning thing on my part. Solemn Judgment, which was awesome for me. It's good in this kind of deck because it stops those huge plays that matter for your opponent that don't really hurt you because you can still get through to them. One-Dimensional Prison because it's helpful. I think I'd like this side 2 more if I can get some because it's helpful in like stun mirror matches. Not so much against gadgets, but like Miracle Beat and stuff, and then 1 Mirror Force. Okay. Extra deck. 2 Utopia, because I still need my 3rd. I'm looking for a 3rd, but I'm not. He's a structure starter deck card, so he's not that high. He's $4 or $5, but I am looking for a 3rd one. Shishilla, because it's amazing. 2 this guy, which I never got to summon, but is good. 1 Armor Master. 1 Hyper Librarian, because you can plus if your opponent's going off with synchros. Scrap Dragon in case you reborn a tuner. Most of these are that case. Or you can drop Gores and summon Effect Veiler. Stardust for the same reason. Thought Roller for the same reason. Black Rose Dragon because you can get into level 7s with this deck. Bryonic because if you bring back a tuner you can synchro it out, and I'm sure there's some other way to do it, but that'd be crazy. Get a level 5 and then later on put another Effect Veiler, but that's kind of a waste. Catastor because it will eat like monsters, like agents for you. And then Chimera Tech because of my sideboard. And I have the room. Okay, sideboard, Cyber Dragon has a 2 of. 1 Breaker, 1 Doom Cow, 2 Jowgen to deal with Samurais. 2 DD Warrior Lady. 1 Banisher to deal with plants. Dora Dark to deal with Samurai. And Blackwing's Sirocco. Grand Mole to deal with a lot more other things like Raikou and what have you. Same reason as Watt Squirrel is in here for Grand Mole. And the Stop Tengu if you econ it. 1 Spirit Reaper to stop those big pushes. Again, another Sam anti-tech. And this for plants and keepers and whatever else have you. So that's the overall deck. Like I said, if you're going to run offering gadgets, I kind of suggest using some kind of plant engine with it, so you get the big pushes. And it's an okay deck, but I think it's one of the decks that rely on duality and possibly warning and so on. So I hope you liked the deck, and ZeroMagnumX out. Peace, YouTube.